so happy to join you again for conversations on death, dying, the afterlife, and these really important questions of living. Today I'd like to speak with you directly on why this conversation is so important. I like to think of it as a journey. And if you're like me, if you're going to go on a journey, you very much want to learn more about the culture that you're going to. You want to at least have some basic understanding of the language so you can read the signs, so you know where the restaurants are and so forth. You want to know how to navigate so that you do it well and don't offend everyone or get yourself in trouble. So we do the same sort of thing when we're approaching this journey of crossing over, this journey of departing planet Earth, or as we come to call it, the journey of dying. So it's just like that. It's a journey of preparation from the beginning of when we're born until we pass over. We are preparing for this process. The importance of it has come to me in various ways. I want to share several of those with you. One of the things that's so important is that I've seen people, I've been with people, I've held the hands of people who are crossing over and they're not ready, or they don't know what's coming, or they don't know how to do it, or they're scared. That's unsettling for everyone. What we have now are some tools. What we have now is research. What we have now is an intuitive sense that is deeper than we've had before. So we have a lot to give to each other in this process of preparation. Another thing that has come to me that has been sort of opening to my eyes is coming across a statistic. And this is from one of the teachers, one of the shamanic teachers, Alberto Villoldo, who says that 1 in 10 deaths are not good deaths. Wow. 1 in 10 of us have a more difficult crossing over. To me, that is something worth paying attention to as well. The third thing that comes to me, and this comes from my work more specifically as a regression therapist, as a past life regression therapist, what I do is I take people through the dying process of that particular life that they're exploring. And so we get to have that particular experience that they had in that life. What was it like? What was it like to die? What was it like to cross over? What memories do they carry of that? Very interesting. Most people do it beautifully. It's a very simple crossing. It's not complicated, whether it was 10,000 years ago or whether it was 50 years ago. They do fairly well, but I have had a client or two who didn't have a good time. And one of these clients is Stella, and I mentioned her in my book. I tell the story of Stella. And she was in a past life where she was a man. We get to be all genders in this experience, this journey. She was a man and died at a late age, but died very unhappily and very depressed, very angry. And when she died in that life, she said that was hard. She finally got to what she called heaven. She said that took a while. It was hard to get here. And I said, tell me more. Why was it hard? And she said, there was a place where I was for a while, where the souls are unhappy, where it's dark, where there's a lot of crying. I said, what do you call that place? She said, coming from a Catholic background in this life, you can imagine what she called it. She called it purgatory. So finally she found her way out of purgatory in that life and found her way to heaven. So I paid attention to that. And these are the reasons some of the many reasons that I feel it's important for us to face this journey of living, dying, and finding our way to the afterlife in a successful fashion. One last reason that I think it's important is because we have to face our fears in this life. By facing our fears in this life, we have less luggage, or baggage, as we are fond of calling it, that we take with us into the afterlife. As we face our fears, whether they are fears of rejection, fears of abandonment, fears of not being loved, being disapproved of, or fears of dying on the other side and not being loved. All of these fears need to be faced, and death is one of our big ones, especially in our Western culture. So this is an excellent reason to deal with it now, because then we have a more exciting time on the other side. We don't have to undo fears or work through that purgatory experience, whatever you might want to call it. These are the reasons that it's important for us to face our time. Thank you for being with me in this conversation.